Okay, now that you're logged into the online assessment system as an admin, what we're going to do here is just kind of go over what's going on in the page here. So again, the transcript subject is what subject the course falls in. Is it math? Is it English? Is it social studies? Then we have the course title. The active will be displayed by a check mark. The inactive courses will say not active or non-active. And then we have our course code. So you can also search here. So we can go ahead and just put like CS 3522, and here is our course that we're going to be adding content to. So you'll see we have our 2 units here. It is possible to add more than 1 test per unit. Just make note of that. In this video, we're just going to be adding 1. So first thing to note is the title. So we'll say we'll just call it test 1, very generic name. Next thing to note is by default the max attempts for the test are 2. I believe most often you'll be changing this to 6. The most confusing thing that people have issues with is the passing score here. Passing score of 70 is actually total points. This is not a percentage, it's total points. So if we were to change this to 5 and there were 5 questions all worth 1 point, when you would answer, if you would have to get all 5 correct to pass in that instance, because you would 5 questions, 1 point apiece. So same thing with 70 is if there were 70 questions at 7 points or excuse me, 70 questions at 1 point apiece, they would have to get all 70 to pass. The next thing to note is the randomized questions. So this is going to, if you leave it checked, it's going to randomize the questions. So the question 1 through 10, it may display 10, then 4, then 1, then 3, then 2, depending on how you inputted it, and this is going to randomize it. The reason to bring this up is if you want to refer the student back to the previous question, such as based on your answer in question 3, now in question 4, answer this. This will not work. You need to leave this unchecked because it's going to randomize your questions. So with that being said, let's go ahead and add this test. And again, you can edit this right here. So there's 2 types of questions. There's multiple choice and matching. Let's go ahead and create a multiple choice question. So they have a standard text editor. You can create a couple types of questions in here. Let's go ahead and just say, we'll just put, is the ocean blue? We'll do a true or false, simple question. So we'll have a true, and this will be the correct answer. So we want to put true here. So we'll go ahead and just say 10. And then we'll say false here. And if you wanted to, you could actually give partial credit. Say we'll give 5 in this case, although it still would be marked wrong. So they would get 5 points added to their total score, but it would be marked wrong. One of the things to keep in mind when creating a true or false problem is this randomized answer. So what randomized answer means is that obviously the answer will always remain correct, but in this case B may be where A is and A may be where B is. And this could be very confusing for students in a true or false question that are typically accustomed to it saying true then false, and could in effect hurt their grade. So do keep that in mind. And you can add images as needed. So just click it and pull it over. And so we'll go ahead and save this question. And you'll see that in the bold here that this is the correct answer. That's how you know. The other type of question is matching. So again, you can create whatever sort of question you want in here, and we'll say match each food with the same type. So in this case, we'll say match a vegetable with a vegetable, match a fruit with a fruit, etc., etc. So again, you have the score here, randomized answers, and you can have an image on the left and an image on the right. So we'll say apple, and then maybe we'll say fruit here, so it'll match that. You'll want a couple answers here. Typically you'll have a few answers for this one just because of the type of problem it is. So then we'll say carrot, with the correct answer being vegetable. And then we'll have this right here where maybe we'll just say steak, and that will be a meat. And then we can save it. You'll notice that these all have correct answers, but in this case they're not bold because of the type of question it is. So this is you could create another question. There's multiple choice will probably be the main way you end up creating questions. So you'll say something like select all that apply. Select all that are colors. Something simple. And each one that they get right, they'll get 5 points. 5, and we'll say those two are wrong. So we'll just have the answer red, yellow, blue, then something silly like cat and dog. So again, we'll select these like so. And then when we save it, this question would be worth 15 points, a max of 15 points. And then we have these tags. The tags are here for it to be easily be searched. You can add your own tag. For instance, we'll add CS35222. And you can also add the other tags that are saved in here. It will automatically populate as you type something out. For instance, type F, and then a dot, and then 1, and it'll keep going. So that is how you create a test.